I was looking at the different lobbying firms on K Street and who gets the most money and found something enlightening. The most money made by lobbyists is made by those who go to work on K Street after long and distinguished careers in the military. 4- and 5-star generals slide huge chunks of cash under tables to which policymakers hungrily belly up. This explains a lot of our foreign policy and the global opinion of the United States. Many states around the globe have negative views of America as a whole. This is largely because the only actions that affect them are military ones. If we are forced to be honest as a nation, our military actions in the past 2 decades have many more black marks than stars. You can start by looking at the difference in human loss between the U.S. military and its targets. Add to that the actual pictures of the wake of rubble and destitution left by these conflicts, put them together in the context of the insane amounts of money spent on military action. It's too plain to see how the existing power structure is seemingly addicted to the act of war. It's not surprising to me that former warmongers make the most money in lobbying, considering the largest amount of U.S. government spending goes to its military. Weapons developers and industrial food producers, oil and energy producers, and the larger global economy altogether have vested interests in the U.S. war machine and its actions. And lobbying firms have grown up inside this colluding cocktail of conspiring conmen in an attempt to direct the actions of the greatest destructive force of human might. These firms thrive by setting up markets and other aspects of human condition in such a way as to inflate their bottom lines in the wake of military destruction. They do this through international economic sanctions and trade bans on target regions while overproducing that which said sanctions disallow, and then sweeping in after the military operations cease and providing that which these people and regions now desperately need. It's disgusting. Kind of reminds me of how Prohibition worked out in the early 1900s here in America. We were told that we're not allowed to consume alcohol or produce it. Many Americans were arrested and jailed for doing just that until Prohibition was eventually repealed, but not before the existing power structure set up production facilities for distillation, brewery, and bottling. It's not that the U.S. does not want you to have these things. It's that they want you to buy it from them. As long as K Street is allowed to do what it does, there can be no fairness in American democracy. Until money stops being injected into the political process and due attention is paid to the actual American voter, our nation will continue to lose favor around the globe, and her people will continue to sink deeper into the quagmire of repression. A repression that will be thickened by the deterioration of civil rights and social awareness. What we need is publicly funded elections without the influence of corporate money. Corporations must be stripped of their constitutional personhood, and money must lose its moniker of speech. How can we trust our policymakers when we allow the deepest pockets among our population to mingle with them while they work, waving fists full of cash under their noses? They're not our policymakers anymore. They tell us what we need to hear, what they must, in order to get elected. Winning an election is like Pavlov ringing his bell, and the elected dog salivates uncontrollably, anticipating the payday that he or she knows is coming. We are dead to policymakers as soon as they become policymakers. It's sad, but it's true.